Melbourne used to be my favourite city in Australia. I worked at News Radio 3AW when I was a kid. I've lived there twice in my career, love the place, and I'm from Brisbane. But Victoria is really in trouble, serious trouble, and I don't think the good burghers of the Garden State realise it. Latest estimates are warning that government debt will hit almost $250 billion by 2027. That's not a federal government debt number, folks, although it's big enough to be. It's the debt of the state government of Victoria we're talking about. That's $250 billion with a B dollars, $250,000 million. Split that across the state's 7 million people. That's 250,000 divided by about 7, about 35,000 for every man, woman and child and baby in the state. Wow. On Friday, the big independent global financial ratings agency, S&P, warned Victoria's gross debt was on track to reach $247 billion by 2027. It's not just paying that money back, it's the interest bill on it. And interest rates are going up. At 5% interest, that's $12 billion a year, $1 billion a month just in interest, thrown down the bloody drain. Melbourne's Herald-Sun newspaper says the arts and grassroots sporting groups will have to face major funding cuts in a horror state budget. The pain has to be taken now or it'll just get worse and worse. We're just kicking the can down the road for the kids to pay. And crazily, it's the kids who vote Labor and Green and for big government and big spending because they don't understand economics. They think money grows on trees. The newspaper reports that government sources say numerous recommendations from Treasury officials about cutting spending were completely ignored by former Premier Dan Andrews' private office before last year's budget. And so this year's state budget was shaping up to be worse than it otherwise needed to be. The work wasn't done last year and the tough decisions weren't made, so this year it's going to be very bad, one source told the Herald-Sun newspaper. Well, you voted for it, Victoria. You are already the highest tax state in the nation. So they can't put taxes up anymore without absolutely killing the economy. So it's going to have to be spending cuts, government spending cuts. So let this be a warning to the rest of us. Our poor, long-suffering mates in Victoria will get their budget handed down on May the 7th.